Guys, happy hump day. We are halfway through our week. I hope everybody's week is going great. And I just want to tell you a story, okay? So, if you have watched me before, how I've talked about the 8 years that I spent in survival mode, that I just was stuck and it was miserable. And there's this story that I'm about to tell you comes from that season of my life. So, I remember that I had a few hours that someone else had my kids, and that was very rare. I didn't have a regular babysitter aside from when I was at work, and I was at home and I had a few hours that I don't remember where my kids were, but they maybe they were with my husband or a babysitter or something. Anyway, I had a few hours child free, and I was like, what am I gonna do? Oh my goodness! And so I had this big to do list, and I was just like, I'm going to do all the things. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna read a book. I'm gonna mop the floors. I'm gonna fold this mountain of laundry. I'm going to do yoga, all these things. But then I realized, wait a minute, I don't have time to do everything. So what am I going to do first? And I sat there and I was trying to decide, and I just couldn't decide what I needed to do. I'm like, I had like 2 hours that I could do something, that I didn't have anyone bothering me or asking me for things. And I sat there, and before I could decide what I needed to do first, my 2 hours was up. And then I felt really bad because that one moment that I had freedom, I was just paralyzed because I couldn't make a decision about what to do. I wasted all that time trying to decide what to do. Yeah, it was awful. So, and I felt so overwhelmed, that was just something that, one word to describe it, I was so overwhelmed. And have you ever been overwhelmed before? Put in the comments. Let me know in the comments if you ever felt that feeling of being overwhelmed by all the things you need to do, and you just can't even, whether you have childcare, aside from not having the kids with you, or even if that was part of it, have you ever felt overwhelmed by all the things you need to do and you just didn't do anything? You just wasted all the time that you had to do the thing and you didn't get anything done, and then you felt even worse. Who's ever been there? So the key, I'm going to share with you the key to moving out of overwhelm. And it's a few steps. There's 4 things I want to share with you about moving out of overwhelm. 4 things I want you to do. So the first thing you have to do is change the narrative. You have to change what you're telling yourself. If you are feeling overwhelmed, there's a reason. And the reason is not outside of you. The reason is inside of you, okay? So my question for you, what is your self-talk like? What stories are you telling yourself? Okay? And once you realize what you're hearing over and over again in your head about your reasons why you feel that you're overwhelmed, and once you become aware of that self-talk, how can you upgrade that self-talk to where it becomes empowering to you rather than feeding your feeling of overwhelm? I want to hear in the comments. I want to hear what you think about that. How can you do that? How can you upgrade your self-talk from disempowering to empowering? Okay, I want to hear it. That's step 2. So after we assess our self-talk, after we upgrade after we flip the script, change the narrative, number 2 is I want you to look at what you do during the day, like really take inventory of how you spend your time. And I want you to cut out what's not necessary, because there's always things that we can cut out. And this really boils down to priorities. Your priorities should be few. A lot of times we have too many priorities, and then nothing is a priority. Just like my friend Lauren De Silva has said many times. And and also I want you to look and see what you can delegate. That's also going to be something very powerful. There's always something that you can delegate, whether it be to an older child or a friend, a spouse, even someone that you can exchange services with or pay to do something. There's something you can delegate. Number 3, and this is something that I talked about a lot last month in our Chaos to Control Mommy Challenge, and that is implement routines to simplify your daily tasks. And remember, the key word is simplify. Keep your routines simple. If you want them to be consistent, it's something you do every day. And if it's not something you do consistently, then it's not a routine. Keep it simple. And I suggest starting with bedtime routines, basic morning and evening routines. Those are the ones that I suggest starting with. And then later, once you feel solid on those, implement some mealtime routines. That will totally shift your life. It's a great place to start. And, just the first thing is just building consistency and confidence in doing that. And then number 4, last step, don't wait to pursue your dreams. We're not just trying to get out of overwhelm just so we can get out of overwhelm. We're getting out of overwhelm so that we can level up. We're getting out of overwhelm so that we can move to a place that we want to be, so that we can pursue our dreams. But I don't want you to wait for a magical moment when all the planets are aligned and everything in your life is under control before you start pursuing your dreams. Okay? And, what I want to offer you today is, at a special discount, my signature coaching program, Mindset Mastery for Moms, where I teach you all the tools, all the things that you need to know to level up your mindset. I teach you the 7 laws of the universe. We've all, most of us have heard of the law of attraction, but there's 6 other laws that I teach you. And I also teach you, I'm not going to give away too much more, but there's a lot in there. There's also group coaching, and this is for you if you are ready to no longer deal with overwhelm and to be clear and to be focused, to get out of your own way, to take the action steps with a support network, with a coach who can help you, who can help you, who can hold you accountable, who can help you create those goals and stick to those goals and see the results very, very quickly, because it all starts up here. And I teach you how to change. I teach you based on neuroplasticity, based on quantum physics, based on all the things, the epigenetics, lots of different sciences, that the research, what this says, so that you can make the shifts. And I have seen this already in my own life. I've seen it in my coaching clients' lives. And I'm telling you, it's real. It works. It's not something that's just woo-woo or crazy or anything. So I just want to leave you with a quote. And by the way, like I said, before I get to the quote, this program normally is $9.97. During my flash sale that's going on right now, it is 70% off. It is $2.97. So I want you in right now. Please message me. I'm going to include a link to the program. The coupon code to get the discount is FLASH, FLASH, all caps. You can get the discount. Message me if you have any questions. And if you want to discuss a payment plan, I'm open to that if you are willing to do the work. Okay? You have to be willing to do the work. And you will see the results. I will tell you, I will teach you. I don't put any fluff in there. I just tell you the things and you do the things and you see the results. Okay, so let me tell you the quote that I want to leave you with. You can't calm the storm, so stop trying. What you can do is calm yourself. The storm will pass. Okay? And one more thing I want to leave you with. So, whether you're a Christian or not and you're watching this, a lot of us draw our inspiration from the Bible. And this Bible verse that's become really meaningful to me is Psalm 61:2, that says, "When my heart is overwhelmed, lead me to the rock that is higher than I." We all have our own, how can I say this? We all have that spirit inside of us that we can look to for answers. And when we need those answers, when we need that calm, we have that inside of us. We have to access it. So your breakthrough is on the way. Let me tell you, if you're dealing with overwhelm right now, no matter where that overwhelm is, no matter what shape that overwhelm is taking in your life or how intense it is, your breakthrough is on the way, and you can choose your upgrade.